I'm gonna become the most influential producer of our generation so that you can be next. Now that's a bold ass statement, I know, but when I first started my music production career, I wish I had access to all the information and resources that were being gatekept, all the secret sauce that seemed to be making people successful behind the scenes but wasn't being exposed to the public. By the end of this video, you'll have been exposed to all the foundational concepts that you need to be a successful music producer in the modern day. And this is information that people charge like thousands of dollars for and like all their different courses and shit. So I'm gonna ask you at the end of the video if y'all think that this is worth more than like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 of knowledge, you feel me? Throughout my 2 years of producing, I've managed to dive down several different rabbit holes and gather all this information piece by piece throughout several different videos, courses, and podcasts and books, bro. Like, I was a goblin. I was feeding for all this information back then. One thing quickly became apparent as I was doing all this research. Being a producer isn't really one-dimensional anymore. You can't just make beats and be a producer and expect to get famous or rich. There's a lot of processes that go on in the background as well on the forefront that contribute to your success as a producer, especially today. So there's a lot that goes into being a producer in the modern day, and more will continue to go into it, like the more the market gets saturated. So the more producers there are, like the more that goes into this process, because you have to be doing stuff that either other people aren't doing or that people haven't thought of yet. And more will continue to go into it as the processes get more optimized. So nowadays, in order to be a successful music producer, you have to maximize a bunch of different avenues, whether it be making beats, mixing your beats, mastering your beats. It could even be, you know, posting on social media, editing your posts for social media, scripting your videos, learning and optimizing SEO, creating email marketing campaigns, doing something called sales funnels. You have to juggle learning all those concepts and implementing all those concepts, all while making sure that you don't lose your fucking mind. And honestly, even if you don't watch the rest of this video, which I definitely recommend that you do and that you give it your like undivided attention, there's gonna be a lot of paradigm shifting information that you receive. So I definitely recommend like just laser focus. You know, don't skip around the video, bro. Don't be that guy. There's only gonna be one instance where I'm gonna allow you to skip the video, and it's gonna be a little bit later on, like in a couple minutes. So just like hold on. Even if you don't watch the rest of this video, you can go ahead and study all the concepts that I just mentioned and like dive down all those different rabbit holes, and over the next few weeks or months, learn and implement everything that I just talked about and everything that you learn while you dive down those rabbit holes, and you would end up being pretty successful. But like, if you wanted to do that, you would have already done that. If you really had that dog in you, if you really had that goblin in you, you would have been searched the information. You would have been like, you would have been successful already, bro. Like, stop bullshitting. We both know that you're the type of person that it'll be a lot easier to learn if someone brings all the information together for you, packages it in a way that's digestible and that resonates with you. So, you know, you might as well learn from me. Like, come on now. And one thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm not gonna tell you that I have it all figured out. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm already the most influential producer of all time, because I'm not right now. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna wood, because motherfucker, I'm gonna die the most successful producer of our generation, bro. Stop fucking bullshitting me. like that was not on the script. But like, I genuinely believe that shit, bro. Like, I'm gonna implement I am implementing everything that I'm speaking about, and I'm gonna continue implementing that shit, and I'm gonna continue to grow so that I can continue to provide value, because like, I want the community to grow, bro. I want y'all to succeed. Now at this point, you're probably like, who the fuck is this guy? Why does he want me to succeed? And like, there might be some alarm bells going off in your head, like we like, you know, like red flags and shit. Like, usually when someone wants you to succeed, there has to be like some form of like personal gain or like whatever, you feel me? Like where is the scam? You feel me? Like, what's the catch? And honestly, it's simple. If I provide value to you in the community, then I'll be successful. And if I'm successful, I have more resources to better myself as a person and as a producer. And the better I am as a producer and a person, the more value I'll be able to provide for you. I get to achieve financial freedom. I get to help you guys achieve financial freedom. And it's honestly like just a win-win situation. So anytime I learn a useful skill or process or method that ends up contributing to my success as a music producer, then I'm gonna go ahead and report back to you guys so that y'all can learn from my experience. And instead of, you know, trying to piece all this information together by yourselves, y'all can learn it like twice, 3 times, 5 times as faster than I did. And honestly, the way I look at it, the more resources that are out there in the world, the more everything becomes easier to learn. And the more everything becomes easier to learn, the more everyone can get to that top level. When everyone's at that top level, then everyone's pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So that means processes get optimized, new processes are created, more efficient ways get created. And that's honestly just how like the culture is going to keep advancing. Why gatekeep the information when you can just be part of a movement and help that movement get better? This is how shit like innovation and everything comes about, because the more people that are at the top of their field begin pushing the limits. And I don't know if y'all have ever heard the expression iron hones iron. If you watch anime, then this concept might be like a little bit familiar to you. You might like know of it but not know what it's called. This is like the relationship that motherfuckers like Goku and Vegeta have. You feel me? Like, this might sound cringe, but hold on, give me a second. So they consistently push each other to be better than each other. Like they're always trying to one up each other. They're always trying to be better than each other, and they unlock like new moves, new transformations, and new power-ups, and like they get stupid OP over the course of them pushing each other throughout the entire series. So like let's do that shit in real life, bro. Like let's level up. Let's unlock like our Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 or Ultra Instinct. We can do that shit as producers and as people in general, like whatever field you're in. Like if you're consistently trying to push the boundaries with other people who are trying to push the boundaries, then y'all are gonna end up making crazy advancements, bro. Like that shit's crazy. The more people that can get to the top are gonna create like mind-blowing ass art, bro. And like we're seeing that today. Like there's a bunch of domino effects that end up pushing like inspiration, creation, and innovation. So honestly, to me, it's like the best of all worlds. Like I get to help people get to help me, and I get to help the culture, and I get to hear what I love most, which is good music. Like the fuck. And like, you know, honestly, like I get to teach the community all the information that I know I would have loved to have when I was first starting out. I would have killed for some information like this, bro. Low key, man. Bro. Yeah, and I like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I have my selfish reasons, bro. Like I said, I want to achieve financial freedom and shit, and like I want to build a legacy. Like imagine being the next person that inspires like the next big artist, the next Kenny Mason, the next Deco, the next Break-ins. You feel me? Like even though they might not be the biggest artist right now, they're making some fucking genuine, authentic, real ass art, bro. Like you can tell they have a passion for this shit, bro. They have a passion for making genuine good art, bro. Like they understand the concepts and everything, they apply it, and they only get better. They're not just making music so that they can be rich. I'm sure they make music because they want to be rich, but they make music because they love music, bro. When those two things are in tandem and like they work together, like bruh. Like the product is crazy. I've chatted for enough time, and my first offering to everybody is just gonna be like a basic bare minimum roadmap of everything that you need to become a successful music producer. This is all the information that you need to start going in the right direction. And I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna teach you about every single fucking thing in maximum detail, bro, because then this video would be like 6 days long, bro. Like I'm not gonna be like, well, the BPM. If I taught you absolutely everything from scratch, then the video would just be too long. So I'm just gonna briefly touch on all these points so that you can go ahead and do your own research until my next videos on these topics, where I go way more into depth on them, drop. Yeah, and even if my videos have dropped, you don't have to like specifically watch my videos. Like I just want to encourage everyone to go ahead and educate themselves, because like the successful people are going to be goblins, bro. They're going to have the dogs in them. They're going to go ahead and look for that information themselves. And there's plenty of other people outside that are more fixated on the specific points that I'm going to touch on, that are more or less experts in that field, that are like, I'm not going to lie, they're probably better to learn from than me. If we're going to learn about mixing, don't learn about mixing from me, learn about mixing from In The Mix. Like I love his fucking channel for mixing, but like I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sure you'll be able to find some value in this video, whether you're deciding on thinking about making beats, just started making beats, or honestly you've been making beats for some time and you're looking to take it to the next level. Okay, so the way that I look at everything, there's levels or layers to this journey, bro. Like it's not as simple as just not being a producer and being a producer and that's it. Hold on. I knew that shit was coming, bro. Excuse me. I have to sneeze in my shirt because sometimes it be getting a little messy. The little moco be dripping out my shit, you feel me? Or like a little piece of phlegm will like fly out my mouth, bro. It's nasty. And I'm not just trying to be on like top 10 moments before disaster, bro. Fucking watch Mojo. Okay, so starting at level 0, and this is the part that I said before, that if you're already a producer, you can skip this part. This is the only part of the guide that you can skip, bro, on God. This is for all the people who have been like, you know, if you happen to think about being a producer and you stumbled across my video, I'm about to fucking catch you lacking crazy, bro. So if you're a producer and you've already, like, you know, you've made a couple beats, then you can go ahead and skip to the next section of this guide. You know, this level 0 section is this is for the people who probably don't even consider themselves producers yet. They have had an interest in it and they've done themselves the disservice of not engaging in that interest. So this part is just to convince people who, you know, are thinking about being producers to go ahead and be producers. And if they've been struggling with starting, I can go ahead and help them start. So this is where like 80% of the population is, and we're not trying to get you to be like 80% of the population. We want to get you into the top like 10, 5, even 1% of the producers. So how do you go from someone who has zero knowledge of music production to someone who has access and understands the rest of the roadmap of all the bare minimums that you need to be successful as a music producer? I wonder what key my burp is in, or like if it's like a note or something. Now, level 0 starts with making beats. It's as simple as that. This was the first subject that I touched on in the intro of this. We're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into some brain dead basics. So what you're gonna need first of all, if you wanna make beats and you don't have this, then like you're bullshit and you're tripping. In order to make beats, you're gonna need either a computer or a laptop. You can do it on a phone, but I personally have only done this like once or twice. I fucking hated it and I never touched the app again. I spent like $12 on it, wasted my money. You know, some people make albums and shit and record entire professional songs on their phones. I'm not one of those people. Have fun finding those fucking tutorials on YouTube. Yes, good luck. And the reason you want a computer or a laptop is it's just going to be way more beginner friendly and accessible, and you're going to be able to do way more things on it. The first thing that you want after you have your laptop or your whatever chosen device is you're going to want a DAW, and a DAW is DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation, and that's just the name of the software. That's the name of the types of softwares that can be used for music production. There's really a bunch out there. You can go ahead and do your own research. Like there's FL Studio, Ableton, Logic, some more underground ones that I haven't really used or personally studied, but you know, there's a bunch of different options. Go ahead, research them, see which one you like, and then choose them. I use FL Studio. When I did this 3-4 years ago, when I first tried to start producing, I settled on FL Studio and I still use it to this day. I like it a lot and I learned it. So one of my first pieces of advice for you in this stage is don't fall into the trap where you just like get lost into researching and like never taking action. You want to go ahead and my rule of thumb is give yourself a weekend max to be able to research all the different DAWs and which one you would like, and then after like on that Sunday or on that Monday, make your decision. Don't let it be anything more than that, because then like if you started your research Friday, make the decision Sunday or Monday. If you wait any longer, besides the fact that if you have like some financial situation going on, you're just not gonna take action, and this is just gonna be a dream, and you're gonna be like in an office 20 years from now fucking fat as shit being like, damn, why didn't I fucking buy that DAW? So don't do that. Make the decision in less than 3 days. Thank you. And this is another thing, every DAW is gonna look intimidating, and it's gonna look like you're looking at some fucking ancient alien artifact, bro. But like, newsflash, they all look like that, and it's gonna take some time to learn your DAW, learn the interface, to see what everything does. So just pick one and then relentlessly learn the shit out of that thing, bro. Please. You're gonna save yourself so much time and stress if you do that. Learn the interface before you even try to start making a beat, bro. If you learn like the tools and resources and interface of your DAW, it's just gonna help you in the long run. It's gonna provide some type of context for when you're making beats, and that's gonna be like priceless, bro, I promise. And you don't have to understand everything right away, but if you can put yourself in a position where you at least somewhat know what you're looking at, it's gonna help you more than if you just started the same day trying to make a beat and then learning the interface. It doesn't have to click right away because that will come with the reps, but as long as you do some form of researching and studying beforehand so that you can understand what the fuck you're looking at, it's gonna help you, bro. I promise you, bro. So now that you've purchased your DAW and you've studied the interface a little bit, you can go ahead and start making your first beat. Now, this is usually where a lot of people quit. A lot of people use the excuse, oh, I don't know music theory, oh, I don't know how to play instruments, I don't know this, I don't know that, you know, this is too hard, this is too complicated. And this is kind of where you find out whether or not you're a pussy. It's 2023. You can make music without learning music theory, bro. Like that's a hot take, bro. Like, I don't know why. Now, my most recommended way to start is start by using loops. It completely negates the headache of you trying to be in the MIDI, trying to like piece together all these different notes. You have to learn what the notes are. You have to learn what notes go together for which chords, for which scales. Fuck all that bullshit, bro. Just use loops and get comfortable with making beats first before you even start bothering trying to learn how to fucking make your own melodies and shit like that, bro. I promise you, this is probably like, I don't know if I've ever seen this advice given on YouTube before, but this is how I started, and it helped me develop the confidence on making beats so much faster than if I was just making garbage beats for like the first year, bro. Like, granted, my beats were still garbage for the first year, but they were miles ahead, and my confidence developed way faster because I was using loops, bro. Like, real quick, for those of you who don't know what loops are basically pre-made melodies or like drums that you can go ahead and just drag and drop into your DAW and like just press play and like, oh wow, like it's playing like this melody, like a doo 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 doo, like something like that, you feel me? Now, in order to use loops, you're gonna need to understand some foundational concepts in music production, which technically is music theory, but it's not none of that complicated bullshit I was just talking about earlier. This is something that I like to call production theory. It's just a few concepts on the elements that make up a song. So stuff like beats, bars, BPM, shit like that. You want to go ahead and look into those so that you can go ahead and start using loops. You need like maybe like a total of like 5 musical theory definitions that aren't even that complicated in order to use loops, as opposed to learning the entire fucking piano roll where the notes are and all that bullshit that's just going to be like deterring to you when you're first starting out. You want to go ahead and minimize the gap of blockades in your way when you're first starting, and then you can go ahead and tackle those things later. Like, I'm not saying don't learn music theory at all, bro, because at the end of the day, your beats are only going to get better if you learn music theory eventually. I've never seen no one's beats get worse because they learn music theory. You get what I'm saying? Once you learn all those concepts about like the beats and the bars and everything and the BPM, you're going to go ahead and be able to start making beats pretty fucking soon, like way faster than if you were to just learn the music theory. And this will definitely get you comfortable with your DAW more like faster. It'll get you comfortable making beats quicker, and it's gonna give you a sense of confidence that you're gonna start to develop. You're like, whoa, this is pretty cool, this is pretty fun, like I like the end product. Little side tangent, people are gonna be like, oh, but you're not a real producer because you're using loops. It's like, fuck what they're saying, bro. They're like, tell them to shut the fuck up. They don't know what they're talking about, because at the end of the day, production, like the end result is what matters, bro. Who cares how you fucking got there, bro? If the beat is fire, then the beat is fire. But you didn't lay down the 3 notes for the melody. it, shut the fuck up, bro. You're a loser. Yeah, so it's gonna help you develop some sense of confidence, and it's gonna help your beats not sound like shit, like I said before, but they're still gonna sound like shit because you're just starting. Don't get it twisted. It's just gonna sound a lot less shitty. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. You'll probably understand what I'm talking about as, like, you know, you become more experienced and you get to see, like, from like a third eye view, like once you've gotten past a certain point. We want there to be less of the shittiness so that you feel more encouraged to keep going, because that's something that a lot of people can't handle, bro. A lot of people have big ass egos that when they're first starting out, if whatever they're making isn't professional quality, they're gonna fucking cry, bitch, and then give up, bro. And we do not want to be like those people. We understand that when we're first starting a skill, we're gonna be bad at it, bro. We're gonna suck. Like, there's no way around it, bro. Please believe me. Your first 10, 20, 50, 100 beats might be shitty. After you make 100 beats, you have the right to complain. But like, if you're not growing, if you're not learning, then like you deserve to still make shitty beats like that. A lot of people give up, bro, because it doesn't fit their ideal version of what it was gonna sound like. It doesn't fit that dream professional quality that they had pictured in their mind. Or this one's even worse. It doesn't sound like how a beat that their favorite artist would hop on, or some bullshit like that. Like, it doesn't sound good enough for a professional artist, like their favorite artist. Well, of course, stupid. I was gonna say dumbass, but maybe that's a little too but maybe I said stupid too aggressively. I think this is one of the worst things that you can do for yourself, because think about it this way. You're starting from zero knowledge and you're comparing yourself to someone who has 1,000, 2,000, some people even have 10,000 hours into this shit. Why are you doing yourself that disservice? Why are you killing your encouragement and inspiration and like drive to keep going? Don't compare. Like, you can compare yourself, only compare yourself to people who are on your level. Don't compare yourself to the fucking Metro Boomin, bro. You're stupid if you do that. Like, I'm sorry if that sounds mean or rude or something, but like, if you open your DAW for the first time today and you expect to make a Metro Boomin type beat, then you need to stop making beats right now, bro. Like, because you're gonna be disappointed, you're gonna cry, and then you're gonna give up, bro. And honestly, like, if you do that, then like, this career is not for you, bro. You have to humble yourself for like the first couple weeks or months of your journey. If you don't do that, then I'm sorry. And if you like think what I'm saying is like harsh or wrong or whatever, then like, go ahead and try. Go ahead and put in the time. You're gonna see that what I end up saying right now is gonna come out to be true, bro. Like, it's a truth. So back to using loops. You're probably like, well, where do I get loops from? So there are two options that I like. One option that I used when I started and one option that I use in my today life. First off is Looperman. Looperman is free and it's royalty free. So you can go ahead and make money off of Looperman loops right away, bro. So like, let's say you get lucky and the first beat that you make gets a placement, which is like, I've never heard of some shit like that before. So like, if you happen to be the first person that does that, like, good for you. You feel me? Like God bless you, bro. Yeah, so Looperman is free. I really enjoyed using Looperman when I first started. It's simple, it's free, and it's not that hard to figure out how to use. The one that I use today is called Splice. Splice operates on a monthly subscription. I'm not affiliated, I'm not sponsored, but hey, if y'all motherfuckers is watching, I would love to do that shit for y'all, on God. I know that they have a trial version, and the trial version also comes with some loops that you would be able to use. I'm not too sure about the legalities on whether or not, like, you know, you can make money off of the loops after your trial expires or whatever, but you know, at the end of the day, you still want to practice. And like, if you end up liking it, you can go ahead and invest into it. I think it's like $10 a month or like $5 a month or some shit like that, but you can go ahead, try it out, see if you like it. I would suggest trying Looperman first before you go into Splice, just so that you get more bang for your buck. You know, you already want to have some type of groove, some type of rhythm going on before you end up going to the paid app. Don't be that guy that fucking buys all the expensive shit right away with no background on it, bro. Like, don't be that guy. Now, once you have your loop in your DAW and you're starting to do all that shit, there's one thing that I do recommend you do, and I recommend you learn how to program your own drums. Using drum loops is cool and all, and like, you know, if you want to go ahead and use them for your first couple beats, by all means go ahead, but I strongly recommend using your own drums at some point early on in your career. It's way less complicated than music theory, even though I guess technically it is still music theory, but like, you know, it's a different type of monster, but it's not really a monster because like, it's way easier, bro. I swear to you, like, drum is just like, you know, like kick, snare, and you know, we want you to be working towards like getting comfortable and mastering one skill in the realm of the production world, and I think programming drums is great, bro. And once you have your melodic loop and either your drum loop or your drum pattern that you created, you've basically done like next to all the work. All you have to do is something called arrangement, which is basically just organizing the sounds that you have within your beat in order to make the structure of the song. So it can be like something like the loop plays, and then the loop plays with the drums, and then certain drums come out, and then certain drums come in, shit like that. You feel me? Like, you can look up arrangement tutorials, and like, it's really easy. But like, honestly, like, a lot of people listen to music, so you can probably do it intuitively. You get what I'm saying? Like, everyone knows more often than not, the instrumental plays, and then the instrumental comes in with the drums, and then the person starts rapping or singing. And you know, as you go on, you can experiment, like, you know, have the person sing before, and or like have the drums come in before the melody. This is also where the concept of beats and bars and everything comes in handy again, because you want to learn how to structure your song so that it fits more traditional song structures that are played today. So like, a verse is traditionally 16 bars long, which is where the whole 16 bars for, like, I don't know if you've heard rappers say that before. So a verse is 16, a hook or a chorus is 8. So traditional song structure would be something like intro 8 bars, verse 1 16 bars, hook 8 bars, verse 2 16, and then hook 2 8, and then and then outro 8. You get, ooh, I almost threw up. Bugging. And then that's it, bro. That's it. You have the loop, you have the drum loops, you arrange everything, and then you're done with your beat, bro. You did it. You made it past the point where 80% of the people quit. You're a music producer now, bro. Like celebrate. Congratulations, bro. We salute you. So now that we've gotten past level 0, we're gonna go ahead and advance to level 1, which consists of being a producer. There's a few more skills and concepts that we need to learn and implement in order to make it through this next part of our journey. And we're gonna go ahead and start with making more beats. And like, obviously, you know, we have to keep making more beats, but some people skip this step. They like make like one beat like a week, or like one beat a month. But you wanna, like, best case scenario, you're making one beat a day. Like, if you want to get consistent, not even if you want to get consistent, like, if you want to grow fast, then you're going to be practicing every day. Consistent, deliberate practice, bro. That is the best thing you can do for yourself. Like, look up the term deliberate practice. This is a side note. This isn't even in the script. If you master deliberate practice, you're going to go exponentially times than the person who just practices to practice. Go ahead and research more into deliberate practice. I'm not going to go into another tangent. I'll make a separate video on it. So you want to keep making beats, and you want to keep learning about the beat creation process. So what goes into it and everything. So if you took my advice earlier from the last chapter where I said use melodic loops and then start programming your own drums, you can go ahead and start deep diving into the world of drums, which drum patterns are from which genres, sound selection and shit like that, and which sounds belong to which genres, so that you can go ahead and make your beats just sound more cohesive and more professional. You want your beats to actually sound like some shit someone would rap on, not just some like fucking we not making it out of the hood type beat. You get what I'm saying? With learning sound selection comes with building your sound library, which gives you access to more sounds, which will help your beat sound different each time and make your beat sound more like your own style and shit like that. So you just want to go ahead and start learning more about the beat creation process so that you can just get more efficient at making beats. This also includes like shit like your DAW shortcuts, all the tools and shit that you have access to, bro. Like, learn it. Get excited about learning shit about producing, bro. Like, you could only get better if you learn more and implement. That's it. It's simple and brain dead, but some people just need to hear it, bro. Like I know I needed to hear it. Like, you know, 3 years ago, like, I was just like, well, where do I start, bro? Just pick an area and start. Alternatively, if you didn't take my advice last time and you know you chose to start with music theory, you can go ahead and start learning about melodies and chords and chord progressions, and which notes and scales and chord progressions go with which genres and which types of sounds and what sounds you want to achieve with that shit. The goal of this stage is just to expand your knowledge on producing so that you can go from, wow, I made my first beat, to, hold on, you know, I'm kind of getting the hang of this. You feel me? You want to get more comfortable and shit. So you can go ahead and search on Google, like, you know, type in like standard drum pattern for trap, and then, you know, you learn the kicks go here and the snares go here. But then you go ahead and you realize, wait, instead of leaving it generic, I can go ahead and add my own sauce, add an extra kick here, or add some percussion here. And then you're like, oh wait, but what's percussion? And then you learn what percussion is, and like, you know, you download some percussion packs and shit like that so that you can add more oomph and more sauce and more bounce to your beats, bro. We just want you to get used to learning, implementing, and growing. What I'm telling you is this as a producer, but like, if you implement this in real life, like, you're gonna get very far outside of producing. Like this is just a rule of life in general. The next step after, you know, you get more comfortable in making beats, you want to go ahead and do something which is called mixing and mastering your beats, which is basically like the post-production stage of what your beat is gonna go through, which is kind of like if you record a video, the video would be equate to making the beat, but then editing the video would equate to the mixing and mastering process of making a beat. So the mixing and mastering process is basically where we add all the different effects and changes that we want to all our different sounds. And this honestly is its own complete different rabbit hole in itself. There's specific careers in the music industry that focus specifically on mixing and mastering. So I'm not telling you to become a world-class mixing and mastering professional, bro. Like, you do not want to be mixed by Ali. But like if you happen to be, that's great, and it's only gonna help you. You're a producer at the end of the day. You just have to learn next to the bare minimum basics, bro. Like, and even then, like building on top of that foundation is gonna be useful, but you don't have to be the best mixer in the entire world. Be the best producer in the entire world, and then you're gonna be like a somewhat decent mixer. And mixing and mastering your beats is only gonna make your beats sound more clean and professional. And like I said in the beginning, there's a whole separate field in the music industry where you can learn how to be a mixing and mastering engineer. So it isn't within the scope of this video to go ahead and like get into a super deep tangent about this, but some foundational concepts that you can learn and include in your beats range from like frequency ranges, EQ, reverb, delay, compression, limiting, and soft clip. And I'd say like if you start with those for like the first couple weeks and you learn them, then like your shit's gonna level up pretty high. And another one I forgot is distortion. Distortion is pretty cool to use too. Like I enjoy using distortion on shit like my 808s and even some like of my loops that happen to be melodic and shit like that. Oh, and saturation. Saturation is valid, bro. Don't forget about saturation. As you deep dive into all these concepts and you try to implement them into your beat, you're gonna realize that all your beats sound more professional, more cohesive, more clean, and everything's gonna have its own pocket within the mix instead of it just sounding like it's on top of each other. It's gonna sound like everything's in its own pocket and it all comes together in like a symphony, bro. Like it's not gonna like sound like they're all fighting for space within the beat. It's hard to explain to someone who hasn't experienced that, but like the best way that I can put it is if you put the headphones on, it's all gonna sound way clearer if you mix and master it, bro. I promise you. And like I said earlier, one of the YouTubers that I really enjoy learning this type of shit from is called In The Mix, bro. He has carried me through my mixing and mastering journey. If you're watching this video and you make it to the end, then I know you have the attention span and focus to be able to like sit down and watch like a 2-3 hour course. So if y'all need something that's really gonna help y'all, The Art of Mixing by David Gibson, bro, that shit helped me so much, bro. I can't stress that enough, bro. I literally watched that one course, and it's free, by the way, so it's not like, oh my god, you have to pay like hundreds of dollars. No, bro, it's a free video on YouTube. I'm gonna link that shit in the description below, bro. I watched it and it carried me for like the first year and a half of my producing career, just implementing those fundamentals that I learned in that video. And I got compliments from other mixing engineers on how good my mixes were, and all I did was implement shit that I learned in that video, bro. It's free secret sauce, bro, and the video's kind of old, kind of very old, and it's kind of cringe, but like the amount of value that's provided within that video is priceless, bro. I promise you. Like, okay, so now that you're making beats, you're learning how to make better beats, and you're learning how to mix and master so that your beats sound more professional, you can go ahead and open up your first beat store, bro. This is where you can potentially start making money. And making a beat store is good because like obviously you can potentially make some money and you put yourself out there so that you receive feedback from people and you can make your beats better, because self-reflection and shit is good, but if you have people on the outside also providing you feedback and shit, then like you're only gonna go faster. And we also want you to be comfortable with putting yourself out there for criticism, bro, because we don't want you to be one of those people like I was for like the first year or two of my journey, who just keeps the beats on their hard drive and never posts them and never gets anywhere. Like, we want you to be comfortable with putting yourself out there so that you can go ahead and generate more opportunities for yourself quicker than someone who is just like, an insecure person who doesn't want their art being judged. And don't be one of those people who is like, my beats aren't good enough yet to post online, because I promise you, bro, I guarantee you that there's people out there posting shittier beats than you are out into the public, who are putting themselves into that position that they can get criticized. Like, if I never posted that first shitty beat that I made, I would have never gotten that comment. And shout out to him, by the way, but I would have never gotten that comment. And even though it was kind of like a backhanded compliment, like he was like, fire emoji, I can't believe I discovered this, it feels like a caveman who's learning how to make beats. I was like, hold on, what the fuck does that even mean? Like like I was kind of offended, but I was kind of like appreciative at the same time. But I like and the great thing about having a beat store is that you put yourself in a position where you can generate passive income. In case you don't know, in case you've been asleep for like the last fucking 5 years, passive income is basically generating income, generating revenue from your business whenever, like, let's say you're sleeping or you're out doing an activity. Like, whenever you're not actively participating in like trying to make money, you make money. Because like with the beat store, you just post the beat and then with the files and everything, and it's like, hey, like, if anyone wants to come buy it, like, here's my link, and then you just have people buy it while you're doing other shit. And it's also scalable, bro. So what scalability means, I don't even know if scalability is like a real word, but it's scalable. It's scalable. So that means like, since we're not selling physical products, we're selling digital products, which means that we have like an infinite number of inventory, so that people can keep buying the same product over and over again. Infinite product and passive income, valid, bro. And like, with the whole infinite inventory thing, like that's where we get into the whole conversation about leases and like, which leases offer what in contracts and shit like that. But we don't really have to worry about that right now. And if you want, you can go ahead and do your own research on that. And I'm going to make a video on that in the near future. But like, just know that it's possible to go ahead and set yourself up to be like financially free with this beat store framework. There's a few websites that do beat stores. The only one that I've ever used and I've enjoyed to this day is BeatStars. I know there's a bunch of other ones. I'm not too sure about what they're called and like, what the process is like. The only one that I've used, again, is BeatStars. BeatStars. I really fuck with them. They've been around for a very long time. Create a BeatStars account. That shit's free. There's paid options that give you more bonuses, just like everything else, but you can get yourself pretty far with the free version. They also provide you with a good amount of tools and resources that you can go ahead and get once you do the paid version. Once you like take the step to keep investing into yourself, they provide you with a shit ton of tools that help you succeed, bro. And I really like that, bro. They do something very important that we're gonna talk about later on in this video. So at this point, you've chosen your DAW, you've made your first beat, you've started to keep making beats and go ahead and get better at making beats. You've learned how to mix and master your beats so that they sound clean and professional, and you started your first beat store. Now you're officially a producer who can make money, bro. Congratulations, dog. So many people don't make it here, bro. So many people just are the producers who let shit sit on their hard drive and never put themselves out there. And now you're ahead of like, I want to say like 80% of the people, 60% of them. I don't know if there's like a fucking actual statistic, but like just know that there's a lot of people out there who have the ego that they don't even want people to hear their shit, bro. Congrats, you're beating them. You're beating their asses, bro. Like, and we're gonna continue to keep taking these motherfuckers' souls, bro. Now the amazing part about this is we can go ahead and take it one step further, which is level 2, becoming content creator. And I know you're probably like, wait, hold on, this isn't what I signed up for. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm not trying to make content, you know, I'm just trying to make beats and music. I'm not trying to make no YouTube videos or TikToks. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, when I first started, I had the same exact mindset. I was like, I'm gonna be the exception, I'm gonna be the outlier, I'm gonna be the motherfucker producer who makes all this money with no brand, not showing their face, not posting videos and this and that. And I had a whole like delusion in my head that I was gonna make so much money without doing any of that shit. And like 2 years later, I was still broke, and I had valid beats, bro. But like, how are people supposed to buy my beats if I'm not marketing my shit, bro? Like, you get what I'm saying? This shit was mind-blowing to me 2 years ago. So like, some people need to hear this, bro, because I was some people. So I'm basically relaying all this information to you so that you don't make the same mistake, so that you can save years of your life, bro. Because like, hard pill to swallow, but you need to make content in today's age in order to be successful. There's no way around it. The sooner you can start resisting that, the sooner you'll be successful. And at this point, I've accepted that my whole bitch fit with not making content and shit was just a cope, to be honest. I was just really scared of recording myself, being on camera, and putting myself out there, because like, now it wasn't just my beats, you get what I'm saying? It was like me as a person. So I didn't want people to critique me or my character or like my appearance, like shit that I was insecure about, but shit that I have like a more understanding and grasp of now. Like Timmy123 fucking user 3246 on TikTok is gonna be like, bro, you look stupid right now talking about the shit you're talking about. I don't give a fuck no more, bro. Like, I'm here to make good music and get to my bag. Like, fuck what user 6798 is talking about, bro. Like, I don't care. You have to learn how to not care, bro. Like, the longer you resist that shit and the longer you care about other people's opinions, the harder that this journey is gonna be for you. So just go ahead and drop that shit now. Go ahead and humble yourself, bro. This was on the script, but this shit's funny as fuck. I'm not telling you to go ahead and record yourself, you know, doing some like with the drum pad and shit, you feel me, like this. I don't know if it's just me, but I think those videos are stupid cringe, bro. And that shit's like it doesn't resonate with me at all. And when you find out that most of those producers are faking playing the shits, bro, and like they're not actually doing it, and they're just recording themselves in silence, like doing all this shit, bro, like, and then they add the beat in like the editing phase of the video, like that shit loses its magic. Yeah, I don't fuck with those types of videos. Those videos were meta for sure. They were meta like 3 years ago. When people are genuinely playing that shit on live play and like, you know, it's actually a vibe, like I'll watch the video and I'll fuck with it. You can tell, well, I mean, you can't even tell nowadays because motherfuckers get so good at editing and pretending and shit that you will fall victim to that shit. But in reality, it's just like rehearsed bullshit. So I wouldn't watch something like that, so I'm not gonna create content like that. But I was guilty of doing that shit when I first started, because I wanted to be like all the other successful producers and blow up, and I was copying everything they were doing and shit at a much like lower quality, so it was cringe as fuck, bro. So like, my advice to you is just make content that you would watch, because it's gonna be easier to make, and it's gonna come more natural to you, bro. Like, it's gonna be authentic, and your audience can feel and sense that, bro. So it's just gonna resonate with them on a much deeper level, and it's gonna attract people who like the content that you like to watch, because you're making content that you would like to watch. Your brand is gonna be authentic, and your audience is gonna be like-minded people, and you want like-minded people to find you so that they can be your fans and your customers. That's how you get like true fans and shit, but like that's like a later thing. Hold on. And like, you know, that's where like the next few rabbit holes come into, which is like marketing and posting on social media. And before we start posting on social media, we're gonna go ahead and apply some marketing philosophies, which is like, I know, like, what the fuck marketing? Like, I thought social media was the marketing, but like, you know, there's layers to this shit, bro. Like I said at the beginning of the video, and it's all about like which layer are you on now. So before you start posting on social media, you need to know who you're posting on social media for. And you're probably like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I'm posting for my fans, I'm posting for the people that are gonna buy my beats. And like, obviously you are, but if I asked you to define that person for me, you'd be like, the artist who wants to make music. That's not specific enough, bro. You need to go ahead and make something called a customer avatar, or another word for it is a dream customer. And that's just something in the marketing world. Now I want you to think about this dream customer avatar, whatever you want to call it. I want you to think about him or her, and I want you to go ahead and create a name, an appearance, hair color, eye color, skin color, how tall they are, how much they weigh, how they speak, where they're from. I want you to create an entire person, but don't just create an entire, don't be don't be an idiot who just creates a person for shits and giggles, bro. You like, when you're creating this person, it's intention, bro. Like, who is your dream customer, bro? Like, go ahead and take some time and think about that, bro. Who the fuck is your dream customer? Who would you like to work with for the rest of your life? Go ahead and put that motherfucker either on paper. Go ahead and put that motherfucker either on paper or on a text document, bro. Like on a Notion or like on a Google Docs or something. And some of this information is going to include like what content they consume, where they hang out at, what fears they have, what dreams they have, what goals they have, shit like that. You want to go ahead and get crazy detailed with this stuff. You really just want to go ahead and make sure that you know everything about this motherfucker, bro, like on God. And after you go ahead and develop that, you want to go and make all your content based on that dream avatar, bro, so that you can go ahead and make content that would specifically target your dream customer, so that you can have your dream customer come to you, bro. I don't know if that makes sense, because like when I was making beats, that shit did not cross my mind, bro. I was just like, yeah, I want to make beats for people that want to make music, but what type of artist do you want to work with, bro? Like, these things are important to think about, but it's not shit that we think about when we're starting. It's stuff that we think about when we're already at a point where we have customers and clients and we're not satisfied with them and like the quality of people that they are. Like, we don't want to work with pieces of shit that don't care about music, who are just focused on making music for money. Like, that might be your dream customer, like, you know, for sure. Like, but like, I want to work with people who are like, who genuinely love music, who have a passion for that shit, bro. So like, that's included in my avatar. This is another tip that I stumbled across when I was doing research for this. A lot of content creators actually use their younger selves as their customer avatar. You know, if you happen to be like an artist producer who also like, you know, raps or sings, this can be applicable to you. But if you're just like a producer, it's gonna be like, I don't know if it's as applicable. You know, you're gonna have to go ahead and play around with it, bro. I happen to be an artist and a producer, so like that's exactly what I did. A bunch of my content is targeted towards my younger self, bro. Like, even this whole video, bro, like this whole video is all information that I know I would have appreciated 2-3 years ago, bro. That's what all my content is gonna be about, like, bro. Like, and if you want, there's templates online. You can go ahead and search up like a customer avatar template, dream customer template, and you can go ahead and like copy it or like just fill it out on like online or some shit. It's easy. It'll take like, you know, an hour or two. It'll save you a lot of time and frustration in the future. Promise me, I know it's worth it. You can also do more research with this concept or any of the other concepts I'm talking about if the shit doesn't click right away, bro. Like, go ahead. I'm gonna make more videos on this in the future, so hit the like button and subscribe if you want to stay up to date, you know. This is really where it all changed for me, because instead of just like aimlessly and mindlessly creating content and just posting it on social media, I was going ahead and like intentionally creating shit to target my avatar, bro. And this is where everything changed, bro. Like, I started really connecting with my audience and shit, bro. And this video is proof, bro. Like, so now you have your customer avatar and your dream avatar. You're gonna go ahead and start making informed decisions on the content that you start creating. Now, this is where it gets a little overwhelming and a little bit tricky, because we're gonna go ahead and start, our work output is gonna have to increase, like, I want to say maybe like 2-3 times than what we've been currently doing this whole time. Like, up until now, we've only just been making beats and that's it. But now we have to make beats and make content, which is usually where people fall off. This is like the next big roadblock that people hit and they fall off. And like I'm not gonna say this is where you find out whether or not you're a pussy, because it takes a lot to go into this, bro. Like, I completely understand if you fall off during this, because I fell off multiple times. But we want to go ahead and structure this so that it's not overwhelming and you don't experience burnout. So we don't want to spread ourselves too thin. So we're gonna start with one thing, and the thing that we're gonna start with is a YouTube type beat channel. Basically, with a YouTube type beat channel, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a platform on something that's more accessible to people. Like, more people use YouTube than they do BeatStars. So like, you have the potential to go ahead and build an audience on YouTube. This doesn't have to be like, you know, just people who want to buy your beats on BeatStars. This can just be like people who enjoy your music, who just want to listen to it. Some people like listening to instrumentals, so you might catch a few of those people lacking, and like that can contribute to like, you know, your goal of monetization. And once you get monetized, you can go ahead and like leverage those followers and subscribers that you have to go ahead and just like, you know, get your watch time up and shit like that, get your ad revenue. And a great thing about that shit is that these YouTube videos are also going to serve as advertisements for your beats on BeatStars. When you do catch an artist lacking on YouTube, they're going to go ahead and be like, damn, I really want to buy this beat. Where can I get this shit at? Then they go ahead and they go to the BeatStars link, and then boom, double money. You get the watch time for the YouTube, and then you get the money from the BeatStars. And it just serves like to like diversify your income, bro. Like we want our income to be in multiple places. We don't want our money to just come directly from beat sales. We want different places that we can get money from so that it becomes easier to sustain ourselves over a long period of time. Now I know what you're thinking. Now you're probably like, okay, I have to make videos, but wait, I have no fucking idea how to even go about making a video. I'm a producer, I'm not a video editor. And that's the same thought I had too when I first started. So obviously the first thing that we need if we're gonna edit videos is an editing software. And we don't want you to spend fucking $100 on this bullshit or that bullshit. We want something that's free, bro, because we don't want to spend money. Like I'm right there with you, but like I still use this to this day. We want a free editing software called DaVinci Resolve. You can go ahead and Google it on the internet and download it. This is what I use to edit all my videos on YouTube, all my TikToks, everything. And in the near future, I'm gonna make a video on my editing process so that y'all can see exactly what I'm doing and how to do it, and y'all can follow along. But in the meantime, y'all low-key gonna have to piece this information a little bit by yourselves. But I can give you like, you know, kind of a basic rundown of where to start so that you don't just be like, well, you know, the same shit that happened with the beat making, bro. Like you don't know where to start, you don't know what to look into. First things first, just like what you did with your DAW, you want to go ahead and learn the interface of the editing software that you're using. Hopefully it's DaVinci Resolve. You know, if you're the person that like likes to throw money away and like, you know, or even if you have access to it, like motherfuckers on Mac, I know they have iMovie and shit already installed on it, so you can go ahead and use that shit too. I don't know if DaVinci Resolve is like a Windows exclusive, which I have like a Windows PC, but just go ahead and learn the shit out of your editing software interface. It's gonna make everything so much easier, bro, just like it did with your DAW. Like this step is gonna mirror a lot of shit that goes on in the producing process. This is where this shit gets crazy, bro. Like bro, I'm gonna put you onto some sauce, bro. I'm gonna put you onto some fucking sauce, bro. I haven't seen anyone in our space talk about this right now. I'm just gonna expose everything to y'all right now. At this point, you're probably like, okay, I have my editing software and I have the audio for the type beat that I'm gonna be posting, but like in order to export a video, you need something like a picture or something so that your audience can look at something while they're listening to your beat. And if you're familiar with the type beat world and like everything, it's usually like, you know, like Drake type beat, and it's a picture of Drake, like, you know, he's doing some bullshit like or some shit, you know, and like they'll just grab like a picture of Drake off the internet and post it. And I'm not gonna, you know, tell you to go ahead and rip pictures of other people with off their Google or off their YouTube, off their Instagram, whatever, bro. We're gonna go ahead and get you your own pictures for free in just like 2-3 minutes, just by typing in a sentence, bro. Like this shit is an absolute cheat code, bro, I'm telling you. And the only thing you need for this is a Discord account. So since we're producers and we're trying to optimize everything that we're doing, and you want to be in the top 10, 5, 1%, bro, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start leveraging AI, bro. You're probably like, huh? like yes, bro, this is something that's becoming super duper popular nowadays. And like, if you're not using it, like, bro, why are you sleeping, bro? Wake the fuck up, bro. It's 2023, you know, in 2024, like it's only gonna exponentially keep on increasing. If you're familiar with the advancement of technology doesn't advance linearly, it advances exponentially, bro. So like right now we're like above on the curve, bro. Like shit's gonna get crazy real soon, bro. So go ahead and start using AI ASAP, bro. So we're gonna want to use an AI called Midjourney. You just want to Google it, Midjourney, and you sign up. It's free for the first, I think, like several images. Like I think you get like 50, 100, something like that. I personally go for the paid plan because it gives you like, I think like 3,000 or 30,000 or some crazy shit like that a month. I've never hit the max from the $10 a month. I think $10 a month is all you need. Obviously, if you can afford it, you know, if you have a financial situation going on and you're trying to do this with as least money as possible, like Midjourney does offer free shit. So just go ahead and indulge on that. And when you sign up, it brings you to a Discord server after they send you like an invite, and then you join with your Discord account. That's why I told you to go ahead and create one. And there's gonna be channels on there where you can go ahead and type in exactly the pictures that you want. So you do like, you type in your keyboard, you do like slash and then the word prompt and then space and then the description of the picture that you want. So do like slash prompt space like race cars, and it'll do like like like, and it'll just generate like really high quality ass pictures of some race cars. Boom, there you go. You have your thumbnail and everything that you need for like the pictures for your videos. That shit generates the picture before your very eyes. Like it's crazy, but like a big deterrent that I had like 2-3 years ago was that I don't have any cover art for my pictures, and I don't want to use pictures of like other artists. Like I thought that was corny, and like, you know, I don't know if this happens, but I didn't want to get in trouble for using other people's pictures. I just wanted my own pictures, but I'm not no fucking graphic designer. This is like my workaround around it, and it's really cool because you get to put in your creativity and everything to it, because you have freedom, bro. You have the freedom to type in whatever the fuck you want and it generates it for you. Okay, so now we have something that our audience can look at whenever they're listening to our beat, but we can go ahead and we can take this one step further. And I don't know if you've seen some type beats have like some sort of like AMV, which stands for like anime music video, and it'll have like some anime edit where it's like on beat and everything, but like obviously we don't want to take the time to like do like a 3-hour fucking we don't want to learn a whole different skill and like take a whole other chunk of our day to make these videos, bro. So we just want to go ahead and lightly animate the picture that we generated on Midjourney using another AI called LayerPix. And what LayerPix does is that you run the picture that you generated on Midjourney through LayerPix, and it adds some form of animation to still pictures. And it's not nothing crazy, but like any form of visual stimulation that we can provide for our audience is going to help with viewer retention, which means that they're going to listen to our beats for longer, which means that YouTube is gonna push our beats even more. Why wouldn't you take advantage of this shit, bro? like I don't see anyone talking about this shit in our space. This shit is some sauce, bro. And like, you know, viewer retention and all that shit, that's like its own separate rabbit hole, which I guess is a part of SAO, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later, but not too in depth. So you just want to go ahead and consistently get that down. Generate the picture after you made your beat. You run it through the LayerPix, and then you put it in the editing software, and then you put the moving image on top of like the audio. You export it, and then you post it onto your Typebeat channel. And like, I know it sounds like a lot, but you can get it done in like 2-3 hours, from like the point of sitting down at your DAW and making the beat to exporting and posting the video on YouTube. It's honestly not that long when you sit down and really consider that. Like, making the beat probably takes like an hour, 2 hours, and then the editing process takes like another hour. And like, you get really good at it, it might only take like an hour or two. It's really, the ROI on that shit is crazy. So now you have your Typebeat channel situated. So we're gonna want to go ahead and do one more thing. And I don't really want you to move on to the next step until you have that whole shit and like the whole system optimized, because we don't want you to get overwhelmed. We don't want you to get burnt out, because then you're gonna stop. And if you stop, then there's like more of a chance that you won't continue. And we want to make sure that you get to the fucking top 10% of the producers, bro. Like, it's my goal to help you get there, bro. After we get the YouTube type beats situated, we want to go ahead and turn those type beats into YouTube shorts so that you can further have more exposure for your channel. Then if you were to just like regularly post like, you know, like a long form video, like a 3-minute video, if you post like a snippet, like the best part of the beat as a snippet on YouTube shorts, it's gonna go ahead and put extra attention on not only the beat but your channel. And you know that might lead to more subscribers, which might lead to more money. And like, you know, like, you see where I'm going, bro. Like, this shit is a process and a grind, but like ROI which, in case you didn't know, return on investment, bro. Like, come on. And the reason why we want to put shorts out is just because at the end of the day, short form content is more digestible to the masses than a long form video. And you can do this within DaVinci, like the same project that you made the original type beat. Just create a new timeline, change the cropping, and then just export it as you would a normal beat. And what helps me a lot in this process is specifically exporting a version of the beat within the DAW that's specifically for social media. You can do this a number of different ways. How I do it on FL Studio is I like you know, the looping tool, the red bar on top of your timeline, you loop it and then you just export it. It's a 15-second clip of the beat that you post. So now we're maximizing our YouTube type beat channel. We got whole beats being posted, and then we also have snippets of the beats being posted on shorts. And honestly, you can call it there if you feel like you're at your maximum output. But like, if you're like me and you know you're a goblin and you want to keep maximizing yourself and keep going harder, then you can definitely take it one step further. But like, you know, if you have school or a job or both, or you have some shit going on that demand your time and you can't like focus the entirety of your day onto this shit, then like, I definitely understand. And like, you know, you can incorporate these future steps as you go on, but like, it's definitely gonna take longer. And my advice for that is just be patient, bro. Just like, be patient, because the only way to build a business is with patience. Like, I heard this one quote that is, jobs are for people who want money now, and businesses are for people who want money long term. To take it one step further, what we're gonna want to do, we're gonna want to choose one platform to build the rest of our brand on. You might be asking like, what platform am I gonna choose? And just choose the platform that you consume content on the most on. Whether if you're watching this video, then it's probably YouTube. But like, if you use TikTok religiously, then it would probably be TikTok. Some people use Twitter, some people use Instagram. I don't really fuck with any of that shit, so I'm not really on that actively. So on this other platform, we want to go ahead and make content that shows our authentic personality and our authentic selves, but also providing some form of value or entertainment. So you can either like teach what you've been learning as a producer yourself to other people who, you know, happen to be either at the same stage as you or like a little bit before you. So like, you know, you might want to make, at this point you're like a level 2, so you might want to make content that's targeted toward the level 0 or the level 1. Or you can go ahead and you can make a skit that will be relatable to producers. I personally don't really do the entertainment aspect. I like doing more of the educational content, so I can't really give you too much advice on that. Like, you saw me shitting on the motherfuckers like the like, I don't really fuck with that shit, man. And at this point, you should know the basics of your editing software, so you should be able to somewhat like, you know, conjure up a video of some content that you've been creating, because like, you know how to like cut, you know how to like put shit together and shit like that, bro. Like, come on, watch some tutorials, bro. And all you have to do after that is just record the video. Just get good at recording videos, bro. Like, what am I doing right now? I'm recording videos. I'm gonna hop in my editing software after this and fucking piece it all together, bro. And a big step that's helped me out is that before I sit down to record them, I go ahead and I script out my videos. So I'll put out, like, I'll either put bullet points down to like see some concepts or topics that I'm gonna touch upon, or I'll literally fucking essay style write the entire shit, bro. And that's kind of what I did with this video. But don't get caught up in like infinitely scripting and drafting and like, you know, repetitively just getting into this cycle where you're planning but you're not doing, bro. We don't want you to get caught up in the same trap that you were, like, let's say if you were like a level 0 producer and you were struggling to start. We don't want that to happen with the content, bro. We want you to just get used to taking more action. But at this point, you should be used to taking action because you're learning and you're implementing and you're going to go get that shit every day. So go ahead and continue to get that shit just in the realm of content. Don't let your old habits catch up with you again. Your old demons might come back and haunt you. Don't bitch and cry about not being good at making content, because at the end of the day, just like every other skill, just like with producing, you're new at this, bro. So it's gonna take some time to get used to this. It's gonna take time to get comfortable and good at this shit. So just go ahead and put your reps in, bro. There's no way around it, gang. Just go ahead and do it. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna make a goal together right now. Go ahead and say this out loud. Say this out loud and then write it down and then like tape it up on your wall. Like I have like my loose leaf right there. This is like where I have my goals. I have my goals on my wall, bro. Like you can go ahead and do some shit like that as well. Make a goal like this, right? Every Friday at 3 p.m. I will post one video on the platform that I have chosen. Just like that. Now, obviously, you can go ahead and you can change the day of the week or the time of the day, but go ahead, choose a day and choose a time. We want you to specifically assign some type of deadline to that goal, like as specific as it possibly can be. You're more likely to reach a goal when the deadline is clearly defined. Like this is some scientific ass shit. Like this isn't some shit that I just thought about and like, oh, it works for me. Like, no, this is some science shit, bro. Like I read this in like a science-based book. Trust me, bro. In case you're like, well, cite the research. Go ahead and buy this book and read it, bro. And the research is in this book, bro. Stop playing with me. Naturally, over time, you're gonna get better at making content. You're gonna get better at being on camera and public speaking and all that shit, because that's really what this content shit is. It's just public speaking, but just like to a camera instead of nobody. Like the audience isn't in front of you, the audience is on the phone. And now you're starting to build like, you know, audiences and the brand across a few different platforms. You know, you got your YouTube type beat channel, and then you got whatever platform you're deciding to provide entertainment or value on. And specifically with the content, there's a lot of people who have helped me, but one channel in particular that really helped me get started was Film Booth. That motherfucker is saucy as hell. He's the one that he first introduced me to the whole concept of dream avatars and shit like that, or my fault, customer avatars. And you know, that channel might resonate with you because if you've watched this long, then obviously you're interested in what I'm saying and we might be like-minded thinkers. So like if something that's helped me, it most likely will help you. So go check him out. And the last thing that you can learn at this stage, which is kind of optional, but if you learn it, it's gonna help grow you. It's gonna help grow your brand and like your audiences and your platforms a little bit faster than normally, is something called SAO, which stands for search engine optimization. And I mentioned it before earlier in the video. And you know, you've probably heard that term thrown around if you've searched how to grow up on YouTube before. SAO is basically the activities and practices that someone can implement so that they can go ahead and rank higher on the search when people search for specific words. What the fuck does this mean, bro? Like that shit's like, you know, if you were anything like me, like when I first learned about this, you're like, what the fuck is SAO? So YouTube is a search engine. When you go ahead and you type it in on the search bar at the top, and you've probably noticed that specific videos are shown at the top, and then like as you keep going down, like different videos get shown that might be related to that topic or might be like the same video worded differently in the titles and shit like that. There's a lot that goes into SAO, but some basic principles that we're going to use, especially as type beat producers, are something called keywords. So you can go ahead and do some keyword research. And keyword basically just means like the words that you use that are in the title, in the description, and in the tags of your video. It's all like data that helps rank your shit higher when people search for that specific word. If you get really good at this shit, your video will pop up first instead of like fucking 30 videos down when you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I hope that shit was clear, and if it's not, you can go ahead and do some more research on that shit. There's definitely people besides me that can go ahead and explain it, and if I'm gonna be honest with you, this is probably the most pretty fucking complicated. Like you have to worry about like algorithms and like fucking social psychology and shit like that, bro. Like it's like a whole thing. Once you get into this and once you start learning a little bit about it more, one tool that I really like using for SAO is called vidIQ. That's what I use to structure all my titles and shit from like my type beats and like my videos on YouTube, or like when I post a live stream to YouTube and I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna call it. Like I use vidIQ to help me come up with those titles. Now vidIQ is free, you don't need to pay. There's a paid version. I haven't really invested into that just yet. I'm completely fine with using the free version, and it's gotten me pretty far, so I fuck with it. You should go ahead and learn it. So at this point, you put yourself in a position where you can make money off your music production. You're still making beats though, you're getting better and shit like that, and you're building up your brand by providing entertainment or value-based content, and that's it. You made it through level 2. You're a fucking content creator now, bro. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. This shit is hard. This shit is hard, bro. Like A lot of people don't make it past this point because being a content creator is usually where people just stop. So now that you've become a content creator, it's time to take it one step further. And I know right now you're probably like, what the fuck? I've been putting in all this work. What do you mean I can take it one step further? So there's a few more skills that we can start to cultivate in order to take it to the next level. Let me try to put this into perspective for you. Out of 100%, let's say something like 20% of producers are cooking beats, but those beats are never seeing the light of day because they're not getting posted. And then let's say another 50% of those producers are actually making beats that are getting posted online, so that's 70%. And then I would say another 20% of producers are content creators, so those are the next level of producers who are making sure that they're getting their beats online, marketed, everything. They're trying to build a brand and shit. They're like the ones who are like trying to get to the money for real. The 10% of the rest of the producers are different types of motherfuckers, bro. Like, they're not producers, they're entrepreneurs. This is where like another identity shift happens, and what I've been doing throughout this video is taking you through all these identity shifts. So you started as someone who doesn't make beats, then you become a producer, then you go from being a producer to a content creator. So now we're gonna take you from being a content creator to an entrepreneur. So how do we become entrepreneurs? First of all, we're gonna have to leverage some concepts that we kind of started learning in the last chapter, which was marketing in terms of like dream avatars and shit. This is like going down deeper into the marketing rabbit hole, but it's like different types of concepts that you can use to like continue building your business up and your income and your profit and shit like that. So specifically, like inside the marketing world, we're gonna be talking about email marketing campaigns and sales funnels, and those are gonna be like two fucking concepts that you're gonna be like, holy shit, I can't believe he just put me onto this shit for free, bro. Like, so with email marketing, the whole concept is that in terms of like social media companies, everyone who uses their platforms, their data gets collected and hoarded by these social media companies. Let's say you have like 100 followers, you don't have access to the information of your 100 followers. The social media company does. You don't have access to your followers' information outside of like, let's say YouTube or TikTok. And if those platforms were to close tomorrow or like just magically disappear, you would be fucked, because with that would go your audience. If your platform were to disappear with those companies, you would basically lose your audience, you would lose your contacts, you would lose like your customers and shit like that. With email marketing, you put yourself in a position to own your customers' data, and you're probably like, whoa, owning customer data, like, isn't that weird and shit like that? But like, bro, the social media companies are doing it for free, they're hoarding it for themselves. Like, you can like convince people to willingly give you their information, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So the concept of email marketing is basically collecting the information of your customers in the form of emails, and like maybe like we would say like their telephone number or like their first and last names and shit like that. And we want to collect that information independently from the platforms that we're building our brands on. So having subscribers on YouTube and like TikTok and shit is cool. At the end of the day, like, let's say like the whole big thing right now is TikTok getting banned. If TikTok gets banned and you lose access to TikTok and all your TikTok followers, and you don't have like a list of all the information of your followers, then you're fucking screwed, bro. You're gonna have to start all over again on a different platform with different algorithms, with different rules, and it's just gonna be like a whole headache. Okay, so at this point, you're probably like, okay, so we wanna build a platform like separate from everything else where we can store our customer information, but why would anyone give me their information to begin with? So we're gonna have you create something called a lead magnet, and in the marketing realm, a lead is a potential customer or like someone who was potentially interested in the product or service that you're selling. And the lead magnet is something that you offer for free in exchange for that customer's information. So technically it's not free because, you know, they're exchanging the information, but like it doesn't cost actual money. And now this is where you can get really creative, because depending on whether or not you're trying to target artists or other producers, this is like where you can start like putting your own twist on like what you offer and like how much you offer and shit like that. So you can go ahead and get creative. The more creative, the better, low key, because, you know, you stand out from everybody else and everybody's gonna be like, holy shit, like no one else is offering this, like please like, you know, it's gonna be cool. So there's a bunch of different platforms and services that you can use to do email marketing, but there's gonna be two that I recommend off the rip because you can integrate them directly with BeatStars, and it's gonna be MailChimp and Aweber. Those are gonna be the two. I personally use MailChimp. I don't use Aweber, so I can't really provide too many details on that, but there's definitely plenty of tutorials on both on the internet somewhere on YouTube, and I would definitely recommend getting a platform that can integrate with BeatStars. Let's say in the future they add more. I definitely look into all the ones that are compatible with BeatStars, just so that, you know, you can make your life way easier, bro. Like, trust me. Okay, so you have the idea for your lead magnet, you have like, you signed up for the email marketing service or whatever, so now we're gonna want you to go ahead and build a landing page. And you're probably like, what the fuck is a landing page? A landing page is essentially like a singular web page in which someone arrives so that they can go ahead and either purchase what you're selling or like exchange the information for the product that you're giving them for free. And a landing page is not like a traditional website where it has like, you know, like home and like, you know, like about me and contact and shit like that. Like, it's just one page with one purpose, bro. Like, that's it. Like, usually there's only one call to action on that web page, and a call to action is like, you know, something that you want your viewers or audience to partake in. And on that landing page, you're gonna have like a little box where it's like, you know, type in your email address here to receive this product, and like, you know, they go and they type in the address, not their like address, but their email address, you fucking smart ass. And then, you know, you either provide the product to them instantly or you have them delivered it to their inbox, which increases like your click open rate, which is like a whole different thing, because like you want to get into like email marketing algorithms and shit like that. So like that's like a whole different demon, and you can go ahead and like look into that, but definitely make sure that you understand this concept first. And you're gonna want to go ahead and structure your lead magnets specifically in ways that attract your dream customers but also deter the customers that you don't want to fuck with, bro. So this essentially helps you build a list of true fans because you structure the product that you're giving away for free in a way that attracts only people that you want to serve. So it's like a very powerful tool for building up like a consistent client or potential clients. Like this is how you catch people lacking in today's world, bro. Like, but like not in like a scammer way or anything. Like, bro, like you sincerely want to provide value to these people, bro. And I'm definitely not saying like everyone who joins your list is gonna be like a true fan or like a consistent customer. Like at the end of the day, some people are just gonna want some free shit and they're gonna sign up, and then like, you know, you're probably like never gonna hear from them again. Like, you know, it happens to the best of us, bro. I think like there's a statistic that's like a good open rate for email marketing is like 25 to like 30%. Like that's decent, which is like what the 70 other percent's like, bro, like like no way. Like if the whole concept of like, you know, TikTok getting banned and you losing all your followers and potential clients doesn't scare you enough, then like there's gonna be like another incentive to wanting to build an email list, which is like another quote in the email world is that every person that you have on your list is equivalent to $1 a month. So like let's say you have like a 15,000 person email list, that's like $15,000 a month, bro. And obviously not everyone's gonna buy, bro, but the people that do buy are gonna make up for the people that don't, and you're gonna get breach, bro. That's what we want bread. So now that you've been exposed to email marketing campaigns, we're gonna go ahead and do sales funnels, bro, which is like the next step on catching people lacking and having them get completely genjutsu'd, hypnotized by you, bro. Now funnels and sales funnels and all that shit can happen within email marketing, and it could also happen within the landing pages, bro. Some landing pages are like literal funnels, and what that means is that it takes your customer on a journey from like start to finish, and all that one page is just laser focused on converting that potential customer into a fucking client. You go from the traffic, which is like, you know, the TikTok or the YouTube, wherever the fuck your dream customer you think is at, then boom, lead magnet. That's the next step. I can go ahead and I'll show you the picture. I have the book right next to me because I had to fucking reference this shit while I was writing the script. This is okay. This is another thing, bro. Oh my god, bruh. This book changed my fucking life, bro. If there's one thing in this video that you pay attention to, it's read this book. This shit will change the way you look at everything about selling shit. Insane. Most valuable piece of paper I've ever fucking invested in my life. So look, this is the diagram that the author shows. I don't know if like, I guess I could show this. Like, I'm sorry, Russell Brunson. Like, don't get mad at me, bro. Like, I fuck with you, please. So, you know, this is the lead capture is the lead magnet, basically, which is the whole concept that I explained earlier about like the free product that you're gonna offer these people, your dream customers, so that they can go ahead and sign up to your email list, and while they're in your email list, you can keep like reaching out to them to make them convert into customers. That's what the sales process is. And then, you know, you're gonna go ahead and do orders and upsells, which is like basically add-ons and shit that make your product better so that the customer can have a better experience, but it costs more. And after they become a customer, like, you know, you end up providing so much value to them that they just want to keep coming back for more, bro, because they know they can trust you. They know that you actually help them. The products that you provide are actually life-changing. Like, they fucking solve the problems that they say they're gonna solve, bro. Like you want to make really good products and then sell them with strategies like this. Yeah, so if you learn all these concepts and you apply them consistently, bro, like, you're gonna make a fuck ton of money, bro, and you don't even really need a big audience to do that shit. 1,000 true fans will keep you set. I think 1,000 true fans financially free, bro. You valid. And all you gotta do is keep serving all those people if you want more money. Because like, if you 1,000 people, bro, 1,000 people, you make a product that's like $100. That's like 100,000 beans, or like 1,000,000 beans. I can't do math right now, bro. I've been chatting all day, but you know what the fuck I mean, bro. So by now, hella people have clicked off this video, bro, because their attention spans aren't long enough. And as soon as I didn't say like some fucking top 3 tricks, like, you know, some pussy ass Band-Aid shit to like quickly 1.5 seconds, like how to make money in a weekend type shit, bro. Like this wasn't no clickbait ass video. Like, it's gonna take pain, it's gonna take sweat, it's gonna take tears, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take weeks, months. But like, you have a complete roadmap of where you need to go, bro. This would have taken you years to learn and understand and implement, bro. And you have this all in one fucking video, dog. Like, you have a competitive edge over everyone who fucking clicked off this video early, bro. That shit is crazy. I would have honestly killed for all this information like 2-3 years ago when I was first starting out, bro. Like, too many sleepless nights, too many frustrating barriers, too many podcasts and videos and books, and fucking just trying to make sure this shit works, bro. Like, you now have the ultimate roadmap to go exactly where you want to be. This is how I'm becoming the most influential producer of my generation, and this is how you're gonna be next, bro. I'm gonna continue making these valuable videos for you guys. I'm gonna continue learning and implementing and growing, and I'm gonna keep reporting back to y'all and putting y'all onto everything that I know. Until then, I have an exclusive private community that you can join, and if you thought that this video was valuable, I promise you're gonna think that the community is even more valuable. I'm Esoteric, and I'm glad that this knowledge found you. Until next time.